I saw you interviewing to get into that private club downtown. I couldn't help but laugh at the thought of an old lady like you thinking you had a chance.
I'm sorry, what?
Aw, don't act like you don't remember me. I know it's been a long time, but how could you forget the woman who stole your man? It's me, Mindy.
Don't remember you. Trust me, I still remember what happened 2 years ago like it was yesterday.
I had no idea you were so completely out of touch with the world. You were talking about things from a couple years ago like they were recent events. Like, I almost wanted to ask you right there, do you know what year it is, or are you senile? It was unbelievable.
What I find unbelievable is that you still say things like that at 25. It feels like you haven't matured in the slightest.
Oh my gosh, can you please just stop preaching all the time? Nobody cares about what you have to say. That's how you got dumped by a man in his 30s in the first place.
Thank you for your input. Now please don't contact me again. You disgust me.
That's what I want to say to you.
Oh? What might that mean, given how you contacted me first?
You just went to Club Silk, right? Don't lie to me. I saw you there.
Yes. And?
I just went there for an interview yesterday.
You did, huh?
Yep. And of course, they were happy to make me a member, so I can officially be considered a member of high society. That's why I was there today at all.
Ah, is that so?
But I just can't understand why you were interviewing to get in there at all.
Okay, look. You've been going on about interviewing at Club Silk for a while now. What are you even talking about?
You went to an interview there because you were hoping to make a lot of money working there, right?
I don't know where you're getting your ideas, but I'm not exactly having any money trouble at the moment.
Oh, don't give me that. You're obviously lying. I remember how you just kept going on and on about money.
I have absolutely no clue what you're talking about.
I doubt it. Remember when you found out about how Jim and I were seeing each other? You went so far as to try to sue him for it.
I wasn't suing him for the cheating. We were in divorce court and I was arguing for alimony. He was the main breadwinner in our relationship at the time, so wanting alimony when he was planning to leave me is perfectly reasonable.
No, it wasn't. It's not like you weren't making money at all. With how much you asked for, I would have to help pay for it too.
And yet, as I'm sure you know, neither of you have paid me a cent. Remember?
Well, duh. Who would pay an amount that outrageous? I think you'd be crazy if you didn't decide to run instead.
You really are the worst. You know that? Not that I really expected anything different.
Hey, that's all water under the bridge at this point. It's been 2 years and you haven't made a fuss about it, so you clearly don't care either.
You really haven't changed at all, have you?
You really need to stop living in the past, you money grubber. Just forget it already.
You mean like how you already forgot I said I wasn't having money problems?
Yeah, sure, whatever you say.
I'll admit I am curious, though. Why have you wanted to start working at a private club? You do realize what kind of a place it is, right? It's not some place where you're just going to be a waitress or something.
Oh, do you really want to know?
Well, it's just strange. After Jim and I split up, didn't you say that you were going to marry him shortly after?
Well, yeah, of course I did. We filed the marriage registration practically immediately.
No surprise there, I suppose. Jim does have a pretty good position at a major company, so in the 2 years since, I imagine his salary has only grown considerably.
Yep. And considering I haven't worked at all before, and we haven't had any kids yet, I've mostly been trying to figure out where I could work at.
And of all the places, you choose a private strip club rumored to deal in prostitution.
Well, it pays really well, and I get to finally get some work experience. I'd say it kills 2 birds with 1 stone, don't you think?
Have you spoken with Jim about this?
Yeah? So?
That's surprising. He would start getting uneasy if I did so much as talk to another man.
You're delusional. What, are you trying to claim he cared more about you than me? It's not gonna work.
Wait, what? What made you even think I was trying to do that?
Oh, I know how much you care about your pride. Let me just give you a bit of advice, okay?
Advice? About what?
Club Silk is only for high-class people, so some old lady like you won't ever get a job there.
And you think I'm the delusional one?
I am the very picture of youth and beauty, so I'm going to become the best hostess the city's ever seen. Everyone's just going to love me.
My name is Nina. I'm a 45-year-old single woman. 2 years ago, I was happily married to Jim. Or so I thought, at least. He was in his early 30s, and I guess I was charmed by how much he doted on me and supposedly considered me the cutest thing he had ever seen. Frankly, I should have known that was a mistake. One night, he went to his high school reunion and met up with Mindy, one of his former classmates. Their meeting quickly turned into an affair and was exposed not too long afterward. While we agreed to file for divorce, the proceedings dragged on for an eternity over alimony. After all that time, in the end, Jim and Nina just ran away without paying anything. I hadn't heard a thing from them until now. I had already mostly forgotten about the two of them and decided to look to the future and move on instead, but I got completely blindsided by Mindy's sudden message after such a long time. Dealing with her was utterly exhausting. But that only ended up being the first day of dealing with her. The next day, she did something that left me completely flabbergasted.
Oh my gosh! I couldn't stop laughing at your stupid old face being covered in cheap wine.
What the hell were you doing? My dress is completely covered in stains now.
What? That thing? That's just some cheap knockoff. There's no need to get so worked up about it.
And what, might I ask, did I do to make you feel like you had to do something so uncalled for?
Well, I was just minding my own business at the club, tending to one of the private rooms, when who should I see but you being here again? As you might expect, that got on my nerves. I thought I told you that an old lady like you wasn't welcome.
I didn't expect a good reason, but that's hardly a reason at all.
It was a perfectly good reason. If I'm understanding things correctly, you came back to complain because you weren't happy with failing the interview, right? I think the club will be happy with me. Keeping the whiners out just helps to keep the customers happy, after all.
You really think so? You think the club is going to be grateful that you did something like that to someone?
Look, I get it. You want to work here, yeah? If you want to work here, how about I pull a couple strings for you?
How can you be so arrogant?
However, if you want my help, I'll need you to wire me $10,000.
$10,000? Why that much?
Well, you did try to get Jim to pay a ton of money in alimony, so I felt it was only fitting to try to get you to give some of it back.
Give some back? Give what back? I never even got anything in the first place. Besides, I have no intention of paying you to begin with. You horribly stain someone's clothes, then ask that person to pay you? What in the world are you thinking?
If you're not going to pay me, then become my special servant instead. If you do that, I'm sure I can recommend you to the head manager, even with how old you look.
You just started there, right? Have you even met the head manager?
I'm supposed to meet them tomorrow, so I have no clue who they are.
Well, I'm pretty sure that if she finds out about what you did, she'll fire you on the spot.
Nah, not a chance. I mean, the owner was absolutely smitten with me. I'm sure the owner will explain thoroughly to the manager why I'm so beneficial to the business. So there shouldn't be a problem.
What are you talking about?
Oh, well, At the interview, I did everything I could to grab the owner's attention. I totally charmed him. He said he wanted to hire me on the spot.
What?
What? You've never managed to pull something like that off before? I just caressed him a bit. Maybe invited him to spend a night in a hotel with me. You know, things like that.
You did all this even though you're currently married to Jim? You really just don't know when to stop, do you?
What? I'm at a private club. They want attractive women to seduce the customers, so I'm just doing my job.
What are you talking about?
A lot more goes on in the world after dark than you know. Then again, maybe it's too deep for a crone like you to understand.
I can't say I care. What I do care about is that you ruined not only my dress, but my leggings and shoes as well. You are going to pay me back for all of them.
Nah, I'd rather not. I'm not about to go throwing away money on a rat like you.
What you want here doesn't matter. You will compensate me for what you've ruined.
Honestly, can you just stop trying to pester people for money? It really doesn't make you look attractive. And at your age, you need all the help you can get.
You just can't stop running your mouth, can you?
I'm not listening. I'm just going to go to the club tomorrow and continue making the big bucks and living it up. Bye-bye now. Starting tonight, I'm going to be going to work more often. I'm so looking forward to it.
Right.
Today, I'm going to work early, and they're going to have me on standby in a private room. I heard that they're going to do something with my hair to make it look even better.
Oh, that sounds like quite the fancy treatment.
Well, of course. I'm a newbie with a lot of expectations on my shoulders, so they want to help me live up to them.
A lot of expectations, huh? I see.
So, have you finally given up?
Sure. Why don't we go with that?
Aww. Are you still feeling some anger about it all? Maybe a twinge of regret? You're probably thinking back on how great a time you had with Jim, and that lingering attachment must be tearing you apart inside. Did it really hurt that much to be rejected by Club Silk? Did it really dredge up all those memories you hoped you had forgotten?
Huh? What do you mean? I run Club Silk. Why would any of it be painful?
Uh-huh.
The one you call the owner. He just decided to hire you right at the interview, right? I'm rendering that null and void.
Huh? But at the interview, he said I passed.
Well, yes. That's why I fired him, too.
You did what? How can you fire the owner?
Well, maybe because I'm actually the owner, not him.
What are you talking about?
My mother's been in the hospital for a while now due to a chronic illness. Up until 2 days ago, I was away from the club to help take care of her. During that time, I thought I could entrust the place to him in my absence. Clearly, that was a poor decision, since this is how things ended up.
But then, who the hell is that guy?
He's just a manager I hired some time ago, that's all.
No way! That can't be right. He told me that he was the owner of the club.
Well, I asked him about it myself, and apparently he thought that you looked like his type. So in an effort to make a good impression, he tried to show off to grab your attention.
This can't be real. And after I cozied up to him so much. Literally, even.
Yes, about that. You do realize that getting into such a relationship with staff at such a club is illegal, right? Not just at Club Silk, but pretty much every club in the country.
What? In TV shows and movies, that sort of thing happens all the time.
Yes, they do, as those are fiction. You do know the difference between fiction and the real world, right? It's clearly written out in every employee's contract that such relationships are forbidden by law. Since that manager was starting up such a relationship with you, he violated his contract and thus his employment was terminated.
No way.
If you still think it's all a lie, why not ask Jim about it? When he and I were together, I was already the owner of this place.
Are you serious? That's crazy!
We first met at this club to begin with, so yes, I'm being quite serious.
I just asked him. He said he had fallen in love with you at first sight when his boss took him to Club Silk one night.
I rejected his advances at first, but I guess I started to find his continued advances cute after a while. After that, we started seeing each other. I can't say I'm proud of those days.
Why did you keep quiet about this?
Well, while I was fighting for alimony, there were countless things we were arguing about, remember?
Yeah, I remember. We didn't want to pay anything to you.
Well, I started to get concerned, what with how angry the two of you were getting about the situation. I got worried that you might start trying to cause trouble for my business if you found out that I was the proprietor of Club Silk. So I figured keeping quiet was the best option.
If I had known that you, of all people, were the owner, I would never have applied to work there in the first place.
Well, that's just too bad now, isn't it?
So, about that dress. It ended up fine, right? No lasting stains or anything?
I'm afraid not. It's completely ruined. It cost me $50,000, and now I can't use it at all.
$50,000?
Yes. And considering you were the one who decided to ruin it when you dumped wine on me on a whim, I'd say you'd best get working on paying for it.
Please, no. I'm sorry. I'll never do something like that again. Please, couldn't you find it in your heart to let it go?
I couldn't care less if you licked the wine off my shoes, you brat. Don't think you're going to get away with only paying for the dress, either.
What? There's more?
Well, since you've been so kind as to show yourself again, I imagine Jim isn't far away either. I'll be sure to pursue the missed alimony payments.
But it's been 2 years already.
Unfortunately for you, for a matter like this, there are no statute of limitations.
No way!
You're not getting away again. I'd suggest you and Jim start getting ready to pay what you owe.
But we don't have that much to spare. That'll ruin us.
I can't say that's a surprise. Considering Jim lost most of his recent paychecks while gambling, I imagine you're not exactly living comfortably right now, are you?
How do you know that?
Simple. Jim contacted me only yesterday.
Huh?
While we were talking, he suddenly burst into tears over his situation. It certainly looks like he's in trouble.
What? What did he say?
Oh, he's horribly stressed. Having to deal with your selfishness day after day, catering to your every whim. It's been quite hard for him. Oh, it was so sad to hear about how he just basically threw his money away gambling. He was just begging for my help. Knowing you, you might have found it funny if you had seen it.
How dare you make it out like it's all my fault? How could he suddenly start gambling our money away like that?
It's funny how you're calling it our money when he's the one earning it all while you're just spending it frivolously. Anyway, I only got irritated listening to his sob story. As for you, you're the one who chose to marry him, right? I'd call that getting what you deserve, wouldn't you?
How dare you?
Well, I can't claim you were doing nothing to try to help yourself, I suppose. You did interview for a job at Club Silk after all, right? Might I suggest you start trying to work before you rack up debt spending someone else's money, rather than after?
But I was planning on divorcing him.
Oh, is that so?
I mean, he has a high-paying job, and he looks like one of the hottest guys on the planet, sure. But I never thought he'd just fall into a gambling problem.
Of course you only cared about his money and his looks.
I couldn't just divorce him then and there. I don't have a job. That's why I went searching for a high-class club where I could use my beauty to my advantage. Once I made a ton of money there, I figured I could just dump him.
And look where that ended up. Congratulations! You're a failure.
And I already had tens of thousands of dollars of debt, too. If I don't start paying it back, the interest is going to just pile up.
If that's how hard your situation has gotten, why did you go at me like that at all?
You're the one who turned my life into the terrible state that it is in the first place. Suddenly seeing your face, I just got pissed off.
So you were just venting at me then? When you were the one who did all this to yourself? You really are pathetic.
Please, I'm begging you. I'll change. Just please don't make me pay for the dress.
Nope, I'm not letting you off on this. If you don't pay, I'll sue. Or maybe you prefer if I had you arrested for assault?
Are you even listening to me? Do you really just want to hurt me that badly?
You've destroyed an expensive piece of my property. You also assaulted me with the wine. I'm lucky you didn't choose a hot drink, or else I could have been seriously burned.
I wouldn't have done something like that.
With how you had been treating me, I fully expected you to have done something so terrible. Anyway, the dress will cost you $50,000. Count yourself lucky I'm not as concerned about everything else you drenched. You can either pay me back or get charged with assault.
That makes it sound like I have no choice but to go to prison.
No, you can still pay back your debt by working. There are avenues for that if you don't have the money available right away.
But I just told you, I don't have a job.
I can help you with finding a job.
Huh? You'll let me be a hostess?
Well, we'll have to see about that.
If I work at a high-class club, I'll make so much money that even the biggest debt will be easy to pay. Oh, I'm so glad.
I wouldn't get your hopes up quite yet. You're not working at my club. I know someone who I can introduce you to, and you can work under them.
But this person also runs a club like yours, right?
Are you kidding? Of course not. They run a cheap strip club where you make only a bit more than minimum wage.
Huh?
Oh, and the club in question is a new one that's opening out in the boonies, too. They don't have enough women willing to work there, so you'll be really helping them out.
You're telling me to work at a strip club in the middle of nowhere? You're joking, right?
What, you have a problem with that? They can arrange for your living space and furniture, too, so you shouldn't have any issues working out there.
That's not the point. Why do I have to work at a strip club in the middle of nowhere? And only barely over minimum wage? I could make more than that working the night shift at a gas station.
I wonder if I can find the number for the local police department. I could always use 911, but that seems unnecessary.
Wait, hold on. Don't call the police.
I trust you understand where you stand now.
Look, I get that I'm in a really bad spot right now, okay? I know that there's not really a lot of options for me right now.
You're still in one of the private rooms at my club, right?
Well, yes, I am.
I just now arrived at the club. How about we settle this issue in person?
What? I'll run before I'd let you put me through that.
I would advise against doing that. I've been practicing boxing for the past 10 years, so I'm quite strong. Stopping a little girl like you would be pathetically easy.
What?
I've given you your choices. You either work at the strip club out of town, or I call the police. I won't let you get away like you did 2 years ago.
Please, let me work here.
Did you understand a word I've said? This isn't some fantasy movie. You're not going to get a job here by just wishing for it hard enough. You're not working at Club Silk. You would torpedo our reputation faster than you could say welcome.
But I want to work here.
Right. Arrested for assault it is then.
Wait, I get it, okay? I'll go work at that strip club. Just please don't call the police.
I'm glad to finally see a real response from you. Anyway, work hard and make sure you pay back everything. Got it? So Mindy finally relented and I sent her out of the city, if a little heavy-handedly. However, her attitude ended up being a serious downside, as no one ever requested her. She's got a tough road ahead, that's for sure. I've arranged to garnish some of her wages for what she owes me. And her other debts are further garnishing her wages as well. In fact, she's having to pay back so much that she can barely afford to get any new clothes. Her popularity has dropped like a rock as well. I guess rumors of what she's done finally reached people. At this point, she's struggling to deal with all of the hardship she's brought upon herself. As for Jim, he and Mindy got divorced, meaning he's been divorced twice now, and that's only gotten him to gamble even more than before. Apparently, it's gotten so bad that he's turned to shadier sources of money. It sounds like his life has just been getting worse as well. Past that, I can't really say. It could be even worse than it looks, but I'm not about to go looking for him. I've had enough of dealing with horrible people like him and Mindy. I'm just glad that I can finally be done with them for good. Now I can finally return to my normal life, with my current wonderful boyfriend and my flourishing job. I can't wait to see what the future holds. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.